Hi everyone, it's Will from Garage Built Athlete, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of the CardioMood fitness tracker. Now, this review is going to be aimed at people who don't know a lot about fitness tracker stuff. Just going to show you a bit about the app, what kind of features it has, and the data that it uses. Also a bit about the actual fitness tracker itself, what it looks like, what it feels like to wear. I've been using this since December, so what are we in now? February. 3 months. I've been using it every single day. You can wear it all the time. It's a sleep tracker, measures your heart rate, and it also gives you lots of information that you may or may not find useful when it comes to training. One of the reasons I wanted to do this review was I kept seeing ads pop up on my Instagram and Facebook. You know, those targeted ads where you're having a conversation with somebody and then all of a sudden your Facebook or Instagram feed is just filled with that type of product. So that's what happened to me, and I kept seeing CardioMood pop up. I'd not heard of the company. Started trying to have a little look on the website, trying to find some reviews of the product, and there wasn't much out there. So I thought, well, if I'm having this issue, then other people will be as well. So maybe I'll do a bit of a review and try and help some of you in terms of making a decision about whether you want to go ahead and take the leap and buy one of these or not, basically. I'll tell you a little bit about CardioMood. They specialise in medical equipment, and they decided that they would get in on the fitness tracker action and start offering this wearable. Now I'll show you some close-ups of the device itself, but as you can see, it's pretty small. It's got the sensors on the back. They sit against your wrist, and it comes with a soft silicone strap. You can get other straps for it. They have them on the website, so you can swap them around if you don't like the look of this one. And I think that you can just put normal watch straps on it, whatever you're more comfortable with. I'm a bit fussy, as some of you may already know, but I don't like to have big watch faces on whilst I'm training. So I find that when I bend my wrist, I don't want things to be getting in the way and feeling like there's something restrictive on there. And that's why I like the look of a fitness tracker over like a Polar or a Garmin watch, for example. I don't tend to wear watches, and so wearing something all the time is a little bit alien to me. But I have found that the CardioMood is quite comfortable. It's very light, sits on the wrist nicely. It's not getting in the way of me moving my wrist around. It has caused a little bit of irritation occasionally. It's been red under the strap and a little bit of dry skin, causing a bit. My skin's not used to having something close contact to it. It's not a reaction to the strap. It's just I don't wear watches. I think just getting used to that, making sure that the strap is tight but not too tight, so it's restricting anything. It can be worn a little bit looser. It is quite easy to clean as well. Just wipe it clean as a silicone strap. There's no real tricky little bits to get in and try and clean. It's just take it off, clean it, and away you go. So a couple of interesting things about it. It's water resistant. It's not waterproof. You do get the strap with it, get charging cable with it. Works on iOS, works on Android. You can only connect your device to one fitness tracker. So I have an iPad. I can only have it either sync into my phone or sync into my iPad at any one time. I can't have both. What I was unsure of with CardioMood was you see everywhere, you've got your Whoop, Garmin, Polar, big names, big brands with a lot of presence in the market. Whereas this, unknown to me until I started seeing the ads, I was unsure whether it was actually legit or not. When you look at the website itself, using some of the app there are some bits in there which don't feel quite as nice to use and to view as potentially the Whoop's very polished website, very polished app. There is that almost testing feel to the CardioMood, and in a positive way, they're asking for feedback. They have a route map on their website of what features that their customers are asking for, and you can submit things to them to ask for certain upgrades to the software that they have and the capabilities at the moment. One of the key differences is cost. I like to get myself a bargain. I'm sure you do too. Don't want to be spending money unnecessarily. The CardioMood is a one-off payment. I think at the moment it's around £239 for the device, and then you get just unlimited access to the app and the features, whereas other products can be a subscription service, like a monthly subscription. They did previously offer that, and they had some feedback from the customers. They've now gone to a one-off payment. If you are interested in getting one and you want to save yourself a bit of money, we've been able to get a discount for Garage Built Athlete. It's 10% at the moment, so you can use the code. I'll pop down in the comments what the code is and pop our link in there. It'd help us out, it'd help you out. Give it a go. Let's get down to the app and how you interact with CardioMood. I've been using this every day. I train average 5 times a week for 45 minutes to an hour. So I've put it through its paces over the last couple of months. Things that I'm interested in from the fitness tracker are, can I push harder? Often in a workout, I'm thinking, I'm gassed, I can't go anymore, I can't go anymore. It's a lot of mental game for me. My body, I think, can do more, but my head quits. So what I want to see from using this app is, have I got more to give? You know, is there any more room in my max heart rate in that performance zone that's going to help me push through? If I feel like I can't go anymore, is it just my head telling me that? Or is it actually, you know, my body and my heart corresponding with what's going on? Now, the app is free to access, but obviously you have to pay for the band up front. So there's no monthly subscription for using the app, but you've paid all your money up front and then you get access to it ongoing. So you can see the dashboard up front. You have your normal stats on there. So readiness, you might know that as recovery. You've got sleep in terms of percentage, active calories for the day, heart rate variability, resting heart rate, respiration rate, temperature variation, and then as we scroll down, how many workouts you've done this week. You can see I've gone for a walk, I've done some CrossFit, quite a bit of CrossFit, a bit more walking, and so on and so forth. Steps for the day, your heartbeat in terms of your last beats per minute. It's measured in small intervals throughout the day when you're not tracking a workout. You've also got sleep stats there, average breaths per minute, and your body temperature deviation, as well as your last recorded readiness from your sleep. And what I like about this is there's a little, almost like a mini blog down the bottom about things that can help improve your well-being and your fitness and your health. They add some little stories and information down the bottom, which changes every time you click on it. You get a new one come up. So that's the front page. You've got an overall dashboard view. You can then click into each of these areas and find out more information. The CardioMood is packed with information. It feels quite clinical. It feels like there's a lot of information there. If you're not familiar with the terms, it does tell you what they mean, but trying to relate it to, okay, how can I improve that? How can I get better? Is something that the app doesn't really have at the moment. You can go ahead and you can Google, you know, how do I improve my resting heart rate? How do I improve my heart rate variability? You know, what is deemed as good, what is deemed as not so good, and you can figure it out from there. But within the app itself, it doesn't have a lot of explanation about, okay, try this, try that. Let's take a look at some of the features then. So readiness shows you a score. This is of your sleep and how the readiness is calculated. You can click on the information and it will tell you how that information and that data set is produced. And it does that for pretty much everything. So you've got trends here. You can have a look across the last week, month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and on, however long you've been using the app. It does give you some information about, if you're not recovered well, what could be causing that, and you can work out from there what you need to do differently. The more sleep, the better quality diet, listening to your body, not training too hard when you need to pull back, and training a bit harder when you need to push on. All those kind of things are going to help with your readiness and your recovery. We've also got a big data set down the bottom here in terms of heart rate variability parameters. When you click on each of those, it tells you information about what it is, how it's calculated. So tons and tons of data is available through the app about your heart and how it's working. Back to the dashboard, you can do that for pretty much everything you see there. So sleep, again, it will show you how much light sleep you're having, when you're waking up, where your deep sleep is at, where your REM sleep is at, and it gives you information about, what they are and how they're calculated. So again, clicking on each of those things pops up nice bit of information about the data that it's given you. You can also benchmark against people of a similar age, same sex as you, to find out actually how is that compared to everybody else. You can also adjust what you're telling the app, so you can recalculate how much sleep you want as a baseline. If you need more, you can up that goal. You can even tell it if you're having a harder training day the next day or a lighter training day the next day, if you need to catch up on any sleep, and it also tells you when you should go to bed based on your schedule and your sleep schedule. Now, that's something that you have to input at the moment into the app. It's not going to recalculate that for you based on the quality of your sleep or your sleep performance. You just have to tell it what you want and it will work it out from there. As we move through the dashboard, again, some of these link back to some of the information we've already seen. You can deep dive into some of those stats by clicking on the various points on the dashboard. Is going to take you to that relevant section. You also have at the bottom quick access to other parts of the app, so activity, heart rate information, sleep information, your readiness information is all down here at the bottom. Within the app, you can find more information about the company, and there's some support information like a knowledge base. You can email through to the company and get support back and forth that way, or send them feedback to help improve. As I mentioned earlier, they're looking for that feedback. They're looking to improve the device and the functionality of it. And they have been good at getting back to me and communicating with me when I've suggested bits and pieces and asked questions. They've been really helpful through Instagram, just direct messages. The battery life on the CardioMood is pretty decent. I'm probably charging once a week. It takes 2 to 3 hours to get a full charge. I do like to let it run all the way down as far as I can risk it, and then let it charge all the way back up. I have noticed with the app, the battery doesn't tend to drain consistently. It might, lose 15 or 20% over the one night and then 10% the next day, and it can be a little bit tricky to figure out, okay, that 20%, how long have I got left until I have to charge it? I am enjoying using it. I do like to see that kind of data. As I mentioned earlier, I want to understand, for me personally, could I push harder? That's what I'm using it for. Could I do more than what I think I could during that workout? There's so much information in there that if you're looking for it, I'm sure you'll find it. For what I want to use it for, it is giving me the information I want. I have noticed in terms of downsides to it, occasionally it has either spiked a heart rate on a workout when I'm tracking that, or the heart rate is completely dropped very briefly in the workout. So whether that's the actual sensor moving around on my wrist or it just taking a false reading at any point, occasionally that has happened. I would say maybe 1 in 5 workouts it looks like that is happening. Now, tracking a workout is pretty easy. I'll show you now on the app how you can do that. So you can just hit start a workout in the middle of the dashboard. It has a range of activities on there that you can choose from. There's all sorts on there: walking, cross-training, running, treadmill, bicycle, yoga. There's a whole list of things on there. If you can't find the one that you want, you can select other and go from there. When you go to start an activity, let's say I'm going to go and play basketball. Click on basketball, press start, and then that then starts recording. It will come up with how many calories you've burnt and what your beats per minute of your heart rate is. So as you can see there, it's just started to come up. I'm very excited doing this video, 79 BPM. That's all the information you're going to get live as you are working out. There's no other information there at the moment. You can also delete a workout. So I didn't actually go and play basketball then. So you can just go ahead and delete that workout and get rid of it if you accidentally press it. At the moment, one bit of feedback I've given, it would be nice to be able to edit the period of the workout, because I do get in a bad habit of I'll start the workout as I start training and then it just slipped my mind to stop it, and then maybe 3 hours later I'll come back to it and go, oh, that workout's still tracking. You can currently stop it. You can't edit that time of how long you did actually work out for. You can do that with sleep. If it doesn't pick up on your sleep straight away, you can go back and edit how long you're asleep for after the fact as well. And there you have it. That's my impression of the CardioMood fitness tracker. If you did want to get one, like I say, I'll pop the link in the comments below and you can save yourself a little bit of money. Just hit that link, go through and use the code that will provide you in the comment section. I'd like to know if you've got a CardioMood, what you think about it, how you're getting on with it. What would you change if you had to? What would you like to see in the future coming up? It would be great to find out your experiences. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the Garage Built Athlete crew. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel for more reviews and drop us a like if you enjoy the content. See ya!